Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day. My name is Clara Lyons-DeVaughn. I am the CEO of the Lions View brand, a speaker, a coach, and an author. The Lions View brand includes the Lions View Academy, which is our educational arm, and that provides real estate, health, and wealth education. And we do that via books, courses, and social media broadcasts. The brand also includes Lions View Realty, and as you know, we provide residential, commercial for small businesses and nonprofits, and property management services. And then the last arm is our consulting arm, which is Lions View Management Solutions. And through that, we do business management and consulting. So, Lions View Realty, we are committed to ensuring you have the resources, the information, and the tips to assist you in making the best decisions to maximize your intellectual and wealth building power now and in the future. So I want to thank you for tuning in today. Here at Financial Fridays, we provide content to help you maximize your wealth building power now and in the future. So you can watch us live on YouTube and on Facebook Fridays, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Catch the replay on YouTube anytime. So be sure, reach out to your folks, share, like, and subscribe. We're going to have some great information today, and our guest has joined us. Hi, Nicole.
Good morning. How are you?
Oh, I am wonderful, wonderful. This is Miss Nicole Archibald. I've known her for a few years now, and she is a phenomenal mortgage, uh, I guess,
Professional is what we call them now. I'm a mortgage
professional.
professional.
Professional, but I consider her a consultant because she really takes time with clients to make sure that you understand the process, that you understand the products, and that she gets you the absolutely best deal that she can get you based on your situation. So I really love Miss Nicole, and I'm glad that she's here today because we got some new information, and Nicole is going to show us the money.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
So tell our audience a little bit about yourself, and then we'll jump into it.
Well, thank you so much, Clara. I love doing these little meetings with you, and I love when I get new information to just spread the word. I mean, I get really excited about information that's going to be accessible to the average Joe, if you will, because we really do want homeownership for everybody, and that's what you're about. That's what we're about. So here we go. So I'm a mortgage consultant with Wells Fargo. I have been with Wells Fargo since like 2018. I recently left Wells Fargo and just got back over the summer, so I'm getting my feet wet again. And after coming back and returning to Wells Fargo, we have a couple different programs that have definitely been through some changes, and it's, accessible for a lot more people and a lot more buyers, including your sellers. So
Mhm.
this information, I've been reaching out to listing agents to let them know that this is another tool they can use in their toolbox to move houses and help their clients. So it's about trying to get some free money, especially with how the economy is right now. Everyone wants some free money, especially me. So if I can give it
Indeed,
out, then I'm telling everybody.
indeed. Can you hold your mic a little bit closer to your
Oh
mouth? You're
yeah,
sounding a little bit far away.
there we go.
Okay. So,
How's that? Is that better?
um,
Sound a little far away?
right there, whatever you did right
Okay.
there. That's perfect.
Okay.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you.
You're
So,
welcome.
Wells Fargo has a couple of new programs. And as you said, we always like to share what's new because people can't exercise their choices if they don't know what choices that they have. So, let's start with the Dream Plan Home.
Yes.
Is
So
that what it's called? Mhm.
yep, we have a Dream Plan Home product, and this product I find to be very fantastic. Now, the two things I want to point out about both of these products is that they're Wells Fargo provided. So these aren't third party down payment assistance programs. These are not going through a state or government or local county at the government level funded product. So as soon as it goes through our underwriting process, it's already approved. And then you'll see all of these credits applied to your closing disclosure if you're doing a purchase. So the Dream Plan Home is a product that is coupled with our conventional loan product. So that's why you can see that it only requires a 3% down from a new buyer, which is fantastic. It's a little bit less than an FHA product, so that's great. Now, with this one, the mortgage insurance that we have is going to be a little bit less. Our mortgage insurance is fairly competitive. So we, depending on your loan amount and your purchase price, that shouldn't be too high. So that's also good, especially with this Dream Plan Home. Now, what this does is this offers you to do this program with only 3% down. It does give you the flexibility for, like it says, with buyers that have limited credit or lower credit. We can still work with non-traditional credit in these kinds of scenarios. So let's say you have a young college student that has been living with their parents, but they did the right thing and really want to save up and get their own house at the age of 22 or 24 years old. They're coming out of college, they got their first job, and they have an offer letter. So we can take what's called non-traditional credit, and we can use different items such as maybe a car payment, car insurance, a cell phone bill, a utility bill. And as long as we can receive about 12 months of those payment histories and provide that to our underwriter, we can use that to kind of calculate a credit score for that buyer. So they don't necessarily need to have a full life of experience to purchase a house, as long as they have the right criteria. And then this down payment assistance offers $5,000 in closing cost credit, which is great. I mean, that's a perfect number. A lot of times closing costs will run you somewhere in that ballpark. So it can be very, very helpful with a new buyer. And then on top of that, we can couple this on top of a down payment assistance program. So we can layer these products, which is fantastic. Now, the one restriction that we do have with the Dream Plan Home is that you can't make over a certain amount of money. So I like to tell people it's income restrictive. It's not income based, because a lot of times income based programs will give you a number based off of how much money you make and say this is how much you're entitled to. With this program, that's not the case. As long as you don't make over a certain amount of money, which is the median income of 80% of the area, then you'll be eligible for this program. Usually our system, once we enter all of your criteria, will tell us if you're eligible. And then you'll be able to automatically apply that coding onto your loan. And then those funds will be applied at closing for you. So this is a really, really great product that we have. And I just actually had a buyer that closed about a week and a half ago, and he didn't think he would be eligible for any products. But based off of his income and where he was buying, he was, going through a separation, and he sold his departure residence and then purchased a new home nearby, and he was eligible for this $5,000 credit. So he got $5,000 and didn't know he was eligible for it, which is great.
Gotcha. So the $5,000 is for the closing cost credit.
Correct.
And any buyer, you don't have to be a first-time home buyer for that $5,000 closing cost credit, which is great.
Yes.
So, and I'm looking at the top of the flyer. So is it just eligible in the areas that are listed here on the flyer?
That's
the down payment?
That's the down payment assistance one. The Dream Plan Home is eligible for any location. As long as you're eligible and you're within that income restriction, then the system should catch it and will automatically apply the credits for you.
Okay. And do you have to be a Wells Fargo customer, or do you have to bank?
No, you don't.
Okay.
Yeah, that's another good thing. It's not like a credit union where a lot of credit unions require you to be a member. With Wells Fargo, as long as you apply and you're eligible, then the money's yours.
Okay. Awesome. So it's actually like that bottom section of the flyer, which is about the down payment. The Dream Plan is just for closing costs.
Correct. Now, the one additional thing that's not mentioned on the flyer is that because it's a Dream Plan Home and it's applicable to people who are making up to 80% of the median income in that county or area, you are also eligible for lower interest rates. So sometimes
Oh,
we'll get interest rates and we're able to lock them in with less points, or it might be an eighth lower, for example. So it
mhm.
just depends on when, obviously, we run run the figures and when we pull the rate sheet. But we can always give you a comparison if you're interested, just to see exactly where those numbers fall and you can see the difference yourself.
Okay. And when is, I missed the part where is it, do they have to pay it back or do they have to stay in the home a certain amount of time for those
No, there was
funds?
nope, we didn't even
No
cover that. So
restriction.
no, there was no restriction for it. So there's no payback. So this is literally free money.
Okay.
It's literally free money. Now, obviously, we have seasoning requirements for any loan if it's a
Mhm.
primary residence, and those are government regulations. So if you
Yeah.
do purchase, oh, sorry,
Mhm.
let me adjust this. Okay, how's that?
Oh, that's perfect. Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
I had to unplug and restart. So,
Okay.
yeah, so there's no income restrictions and you don't have to pay it back. So, this is just money that's given to you. Now, like I was saying before, the federal guidelines require seasoning requirements for each loan product. So, if
Mhm.
it's an FHA or conventional, usually you have to stay in a home with, for 12 months as a primary residence. But other than that, there's no restrictions on it.
Awesome. Awesome. I really, really like that. So at the top part, it was talking about a grant. What grant is that?
So we also have the second product, which is
Mm.
a home buyer access grant. So this is perfect. This is the main meat and potatoes of it that I really wanted to kind of get into.
Mhm.
This down payment program is fantastic.
Okay.
And it's a $10,000 down payment assistance. So this applies to down payment, not your closing costs. So
Okay.
that's why it's great that we have two different products that you can kind of work with. We've had several buyers on my team in this area that we've given away. Just last month, we gave away $160,000 worth of loans,
Wow.
worth of loan applicants that took advantage of this
Mhm.
program before the end of the month. So I think that number's updated
Wow.
since then from our last figures that they gave us.
Mhm.
So people are really taking advantage of it. Now, this one is also the same. There's no, repayment requirement.
Mhm.
You just have to be in an eligible area. And when I say eligible area, as you can see, there's a few different areas on the side. New
Yeah.
Jersey is definitely one of them. So
Yeah.
as long as those zip codes fall within this census tract that we have for low to moderate income buyers, then
Mhm.
you're eligible for this grant as long as, again, you don't make over a certain amount of money. So
Okay.
before I was telling you with the Dream Plan Home, it's usually 80% of the eligible area. With
Mhm.
this one, it's 120% of the median income of the eligible area. So you
Okay.
have a lot more flexibility. So for Camden, for example, which is
Mhm.
where my home is,
Mhm.
the maximum you can make is $149,000.
Wow.
So if you make less than $150,000, essentially, then you can take advantage of this $10,000 program. Now,
Mhm.
if you're buying or selling and your departure residence is within one of those eligible zip codes, then you can take that $10,000 and purchase a home wherever you're going. It
Wow.
doesn't need to be in this low to moderate income area. So if you're a renter, if you're a buyer, if you're a seller, if you're in those eligible zip codes, you can get free money.
Wow.
So
That's
yeah, that's why I
amazing.
love this program. It's fantastic.
Yeah, that's a lot of flexibility because technically you have to actually live in it or you're
Hmm.
moving into the eligible area. But you're
Yep.
saying you can be renting in the eligible area, but you're purchasing a property. So
Hmm.
wherever you purchase that property, as long as it's in one of these states.
Yep,
Um,
as long as it's an eligible zip code. So if your departure residence is in one of those, so you don't
uh,
even necessarily need to be buying in one of those areas. If you're leaving one of those areas, they will give you that money.
okay.
Now,
Okay.
and like I said, this is Wells Fargo money. So as long as you're approved with our underwriting and everything looks good on paper for us,
Right.
then we'll just automatically apply those credits, and the underwriter will come back with your commitment letter and say, "Hey, this is Dream Plan eligible, or this is Home Buyer Access Grant approved," and we'll have all those figures, and we can update that for you before closing.
Awesome. So, and this also says that there's an income requirement for the county where you're actually buying. So you have to
Mhm.
meet that income requirement for the county
Yep.
that you're buying in. Gotcha.
Yep. As long as you don't make over that 120% median income, you're good.
Okay,
So
great.
I know it sounds like it should be way more complicated. It sounds like it should have way more restrictions, but it just doesn't. I thought the same thing. And I'm still like learning that people like, especially for sellers, because sellers really kind of get the short stick, you know what I mean? When they pull it from the pile. Like a lot of times sellers pay for a lot more in fees when they're selling their home. And then when they're looking to purchase, they have to take the proceeds from the house that they're selling and try to make what they can to purchase their new home. So I really do love that sellers can take advantage of this, especially if they maybe use this, maybe they're living in a low to moderate income area as a stepping stone and that was their first home, like myself. So that was my first starter home. And if I ever want to sell, I know I can, move out and, as they say, move it on up and try to get a larger house and get more space and do
Yeah.
whatever you want to do for your family goals. But the fact that a seller can take advantage of this as well as the buyer moving into their house, that's crazy. That
Yeah.
is crazy.
Yeah. And people look at first-time homebuyer getting all the benefits. So now the seller can take advantage of those benefits as well. And if you
Yep.
add it up, that's $15,000, $10,000 for down payment assistance, and $5,000 for closing costs.
Yep.
And you can stack it, I understand.
Yes.
So if you're
Yes. And
program,
here's the other secret that a lot of people don't know. For Wells Fargo employees, there's a lot of Wells Fargo employees. They also offer their own employee perks that they receive on top of if they're eligible for these two grants. So if you work for Wells Fargo, just give me a call. I'll help you out. But I mean, we've definitely helped a lot of Wells Fargo employees get into homes just because they didn't know and they
yeah,
work for the bank and they didn't even know that they were eligible for this. So this is fantastic news for everybody all around. And
this,
I really feel like this helps with Wells Fargo just showing the effort that the organization's really trying to improve as far as helping low to moderate income buyers, to help minorities, to help home ownership become accessible for
yeah.
everyone.
Yes, yes. And there's, a lot of people are getting familiar with the new laws. Well, it's not a new law for New Jersey, but where the buyer is responsible for the
Hmm.
commission. And so having additional money for their closing costs helps with that as well, can offset those costs.
Yep.
Would come up at settlement on the buyer side of the transaction. So I love this product. So the Dream
Hmm.
Plan Home, right? And
Hmm.
the Wells Fargo Homebuyer Access Grant.
Yes.
10,000, 5,000, as long as you're in the appropriate state zip code area and you meet the income eligibility requirements. This is something that applies to you. And if you're a Wells Fargo employee, you can get even
Uh,
more.
yep. You can get a couple additional perks. Yep.
Indeed. So the last flyer, is this a different program? The one with the yellow banner? Let me put that up for us here.
Nope. This one is the Dream Plan Home Flyer.
Okay. Okay. And it says a 3% down payment. So it's
Yep.
3% up to 10,000, or explain this to me. I'm like,
So the 3% down payment is for the conventional loan product that we're allowed to apply this to. So we
okay.
can't do this. That's another caveat I need to mention because a lot of first-time home buyers are always asking for FHA loans
Okay.
because that was like the main the gold standard for first-time home buyers. When only
Gotcha.
3%, 3.5% down, it's less. The interest rates are a little bit lower. So now
Okay.
conventional loans are a little competitive with that. So our conventional loans only allow for 3% down, and it's a little bit less than FHA. Our mortgage insurance is a little bit less. You don't have that upfront mortgage insurance premium, so you're still saving money just all around.
Yeah.
And you don't have to refinance to get out of that mortgage insurance. Once you reach your 20% equity, which is standard information, then
Mhm.
you can go ahead and remove that mortgage insurance, and then your mortgage payment comes down.
This is amazing because
Yeah.
that mortgage insurance, I just had a settlement yesterday, and the mortgage insurance premium usually runs $5,000 and up. So that's a
Hmm.
significant amount of money at settlement that people have to pay
Hmm.
if they're in an FHA, FHA
Product.
FHA product. Yeah. So this is amazing. Less money down, 3%. Love
Hmm.
it. Plus you have the down payment assistance, which is the $10,000 for people who are in the zip code census tract and meet the income requirements for that tract. And you can add the $5,000, the Dream Plan Home for closing costs credit, And if you are a seller, the seller can use this product as well as the buyer. I'm loving this, Nicole. So,
Yeah, it's just really great. And I love that our technology is very intuitive, which I love. So our loan origination system will automatically apply what you're eligible for. It's very rare that we'll have a glitch that we have to manually add anything to it. But yeah, like as soon as all your information's put in, then we just run it through and it says yay or nay. And if not, then we'll take a look and see what the issue is. If there should be one, and it might be a zip code that just wasn't eligible that we thought was. And the beauty about this also is that if the zip code is not eligible and it looks like it's in an area that it could be, then we can send that up to our upper management and they'll reevaluate that location and let us know. And if it's something they can add, they will definitely do it. Like our diverse segments area is very, very, very flexible and very open and willing to work with the people, the masses, and they work with us who are the feet on the street. And we like to tell them and come back and give them feedback. So they're flexible, they're open. And that's what I really, really love about what's changed since my return to Wells Fargo.
indeed. And so people can do their application. They can contact you to show them the money. They can do their application online, which is great. And any of those places, New Jersey is definitely one. Let me go back here. New Jersey, Atlanta, Baltimore, Charlotte, Dallas, Minneapolis, St. Paul, New York, Philadelphia, DC, to name a few of the places. So if you're in those areas, reach out to my sister Nicole. Reach out to her to help you, to assist you. She is a phenomenal mortgage professional. And
yes, mortgage professional.
yes,
we like to give people money. So this is what I'm trying to do for everybody. I love it.
indeed, indeed. And I kudos to Wells Fargo for stepping up and presenting this program, because our sellers are always asking, is there something for me? Or people who, let's say they're not selling. Let me ask this question. They're not selling, they're not a first time home buyer. Would they still be eligible for the Dream Plan home closing cost assistance and the,
Yes, absolutely.
yeah.
Yes. So just like I was saying before, I just had a buyer. He was selling his house and purchasing a new one, and he was out, his income was right within that tract. Now he
Mhm,
wasn't in the area, in a zip code for the $10,000 grant,
mhm,
unfortunately, but he was still able to take advantage of the Dream Plan home, which and still in that scenario is a win-win because he still was able to jump in at a really good interest rate and he
mhm.
still got $5,000 credit and he didn't have to go with a standard higher interest rate. So yeah, it's just a great tool all around. It may
Okay.
not work for every person, but it's for everyone.
Indeed, indeed. Well, I appreciate you. I appreciate you taking the time today. I know you've got to run off to another meeting to help another client. God bless you.
Yes,
Have
thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it. And if you ever need any assistance anytime, I'm more than happy. I would love to come anytime.
awesome. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you sharing this new information about the Home Buyer Access Grant and the Dream Plan Home closing cost
Yes.
assistance. I'm going to make sure I get those right, that Wells Fargo is offering. We always love it when you come and show us the money for our Show Us the Money series. And for those of you who are watching today, thank you for tuning in. I am sure that you received something of value today. Be sure to um, come back next Friday for our Financial Fridays series. We are happy to help you. And, people are always saying, what is it to have a Lion's View? Oops, that's not the right one. A Lion's View lifestyle, because my brand is Lion's View. It's the Lions View brand. And the Lions View lifestyle is when you actualize your dreams into reality, when you look at the possibility of what is available when your life is in order, when your finances are in order, when your health is in order, when your spiritual mindset is in order, all things are going well. So we invite you to come back again next Friday. We stream live on Facebook, YouTube, and until then, my name is Clara Lyons-DeVaughn, and we invite you to keep living your best, your best life. Thank you, Miss Nicole. Uh-oh, we lost her for a minute there. Let's see if I can grab her back. Uh, There she is.
Sorry about that.
Oh, no worries. Just want to thank you for joining us today for our Show Me the Money series segment, and really appreciate you. Reach out to Nicole. How can people contact you? That's what we missed.
Oh, sure. So my contact information is right on the flyer, but my cell phone, you can text or call me anytime, or my email address. My phone number is 609-203-3020. Easiest number on the planet. So just shoot me a text, or, give me a buzz anytime, and I'll be more than happy to even just answer questions. I mean, if you're working with another lender that's offering down payment assistance, I mean, I know Bank of America has some pretty competitive programs, and some regional banks also do in New Jersey, especially, have some competitive products. Give me a call. I'm more than happy to take a look at whatever offer you have and just see if it's a good deal. I'll let you know if it's a decent deal, or if you should start looking elsewhere, or make suggestions on where you can look to see if something else can compare to it. So it's a lot of money you're spending when you're buying a house. So at least get some information from a third party, someone who has experience. And this is where my consulting hat comes in, because I really, really feel like if you don't know and you don't ask the questions for the information you need, you're never going to know to make the best informed decision for yourself. So if you don't know about these products, if you don't know where to find the information, just talk to a second professional, get a third, just like when you go to the doctor, you want to get a second opinion sometimes. So
Yes,
get a second opinion, make sure you have someone giving you extra help, and then make your decision from there. So I'm more than happy to review if anybody's in the process and maybe unsure about what they have, just to kind of give you some insight and explain a little further whatever person you're working with may not have explained properly, or just in a manner that you don't understand. So just give me a
indeed.
call.
And Nicole is phenomenal, phenomenal at that. So we really, really, really appreciate you, Nicole. Appreciate the information
Thank
um,
you.
that's available through Wells Fargo. Definitely reach out to Nicole and come back again next Friday for Financial Fridays. We might have something a little special for you. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, even I tune in because I get to see some of the I hear from other lenders myself. So, I mean, the information that you have is good stuff. I love it.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. So we're going to log out. My name is Clara Lyons-DeVaughn. This was Miss Nicole Archibald. We were here showing you the money today, and tune back in next Friday, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Facebook or YouTube. But catch the replay on YouTube anytime. Until then, keep living your best life. Thank you.